better start recording my commentary, that'll probably help. Hey guys, it's Book3 and welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Rhythm Paradise Beat the Beat thereof. In this part, we're going to start column 4. Now this is the first game where I can say out and out that I prefer one version of the other, in this case, Japanese. Just because of one specific cue that appears in this game. This game is also amazing. Just putting that out there. As you might have been able to... Yeah. This opening speaks volumes. So yes, the aim of this game is to pose. And this is the cue I like more in Japanese. I don't know, I just like the sound of it. And when we get to the English version, because I'm going to show it off, because the difference is quite noticeable, even if I do it superb this time. Then, yeah, you'll see it's alright, but it's also kind of silly. I mean, all she's saying is like, noise, 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 right? Or, it's basically a question, is the deska bit. Other than that, it's just murmuring, but, just the English version sounds a bit sillier. Can't remember what she says for this one. Oh, I actually quite like... no, I definitely prefer this one as well. Mostly because of the... If you get it wrong as well, he just nods politely at her. Yeah. And if you get it wrong, she looks very disappointed. This one is particularly anime-y. And yeah, this is where the best posing comes into play. Before we did nodding and flexing, but this time... I love the games like this that they do, because they're just so ridiculous and over the top that you gotta love them. You're very welcome. It's a good thing we had this practice interview. So yeah, this takes place before our great wrestling match. We don't get to see how well the wrestling match went. Like, we don't know if he won or lost, but that's not important. What's important is how the interview goes, and how sweaty you are, and how well you flex. Yes. That is exactly so. Yeah, why not? There's also a bit later on, actually, I'll let that bit come to it as it is, and I'll point it out. It took me ages, I don't quite know why, to get the timing on the flexing your muscle correct when I was first playing this. I'm not quite sure why though. It does take a bit of getting used to, I guess, but I suppose you don't have that much sort of timing to go into, so it's just tapping twice. You could quite easily do it too quickly or too slowly. There we go. That's what I wanted to see, was that. Oop. A bit underwhelming. Is that she had little love hearts around her head. Oops. That was close. This is why I shouldn't talk while I'm doing this. It all goes badly. In every way. Just come to think of it, is Mexican wrestling a big thing in Japan? There we go. More love hearts, and she looks so delighted. I will say that announcer, or reporter, is really adorable. Look at her little face. Wrestler exudes confidence and wit! Yes, I could see all those witty responses. Her. His name is Wrestler. It's a pretty unimaginative name. Was that like an instance of parents naming their kids what they want them to grow up to be? Oh, second remix. We should go and do that. And then, I'll come back and do ringside in English, because I know we're superb, but I want you to see the cues in English as well. Because I mentioned them, basically. So, yeah, let's just get on with this. And that's good, that was my last chance as well. So, yeah, perfect on this guy, which is pretty good. But yes, and now for me to go silent again as I show you the... I suppose I could just go through the tutorial. Now I want to show it all off pretty dang perfectly, so ringside again with English. Well, aside from those two failed newspaper shots, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, I don't know, I think there's just something about rubba-dubba-dub that I think sounds stupid. Maybe it's because it's like the sort of the nursery rhyme, rubba-dub-dub, 3 men in the tub, whatever. I don't know, it's just not quite as cool as tick-tick-tick-tick-tick. I don't know, maybe it's just me. In any case, packing pests. This one is quite cool, because you have to pay attention. It sort of tests your reflexes as well as your rhythm. Because this one is full of sweets and spiders. I hope you know which is which. Because our job is to make sure that only sweets get shipped to the sweet shops, and not the spiders. So yes, when you see a sweet flying towards you, you press A and B together, and you catch the sweet. All is well, and it's all fine. No worries here. Second rule, if you fail to hit it, then obviously it hits your guy and he goes Similarly, hang on, what do I do? Oh right, yeah, this is when the rhythm gets bit. Yeah, if you can catch the spider and he'll go similarly, you can hit the sweets. I'm just trying to hit the sweet. Okay, I'm not gonna try and hit the sweet anymore. But if you miss the sweet, then he goes, ah! Like, it hits his shin or something. You know, even though they're kind of, like, spidery and everything, I still find the packing pests a little cute. Like, they just sort of stumble off when you get rid of them. They go, ah! This is a bad idea. But yeah, so that's the aim of this game, is pay attention to which is being thrown at you, because otherwise you're gonna do the wrong thing, and then some little kid is gonna unwrap their sweet, and you know, spider's gonna jump at their face, which, you know, in my experience, is not a fun thing. I mean, you know, maybe it's just because I don't like spiders, but I should imagine if someone's expecting a sweet, then they don't really want a spider in any case. They paid for a sweet, they want a sweet. People don't like surprises like that. No, people prefer to, like, be unwrapping a sweet and then there'd be a second sweet inside or something. Or, like... oh no! Or they unwrap the sweet and it, like, suddenly becomes Christmas or something. That's the kind of good surprise. And yes, this has a little sort of reference to... I'm not sure it's necessarily a reference, but that guy bears a striking resemblance to Munchie Monk, I would say. Look at that guy. Totally looks like Munchie Monk. It may just be me, but... So this is what he does once his, circus career fails, apparently. It's a shame, because those were some talented, if tiny, elephants. And yes, if you didn't manage to catch that bit at the end, it said, pay! Which, actually, we shouldn't have caught, come to think of it, because we put it into that box to be shipped to sweet stores everywhere. Yeah, we kind of want to go and actually get our own paycheck, thanks. It's probably a bad idea to ship it away, but I'm sure it all works out. Oh, sorry. Micro Row. This one, I don't know. It's alright. I like the visuals of this one, at least towards the end, but for the most part, I'm not such a big fan of it, really. I don't know, there's just something about it I don't really like. I think we've been spotted. I'm sure microbes everywhere fear the ever-watching eye of the scientist. Someone's yelling at me. It's not that urgent, calm down. But yeah, the aim of this one is just tap well in rhythm, because if you're too early, you'll bump into the guy ahead of you. If you're too late, you'll bump into the guy behind you. And so, yeah, just keep it up in the middle. If I had to equate this to another one, I'd say in the original Rhythm Tengoku, there was one where you were a mouse. You had to make sure not to set off too early or too late, or else you'd bump into the mice in front or behind you. That's about it. What was this one showing off? Is it slightly faster rhythm, or... Oops. Sorry, guys. I'm just attracted to the green in your ass, okay? Is that such a crime? 3 faster strokes at your signal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when they sort of ding, then you have to go boing, boing, boing. And that's all there is to it, really. Now, the only reason I know all of these cues is obviously because I've played the game before. I think the only way to learn these is, while in the practice bit, trial and error. If you don't know it already, so it's all well and good and fine. And, yeah, as I say, this one isn't a particularly memorable game. Like, I don't know, not even a particularly big fan of the designs of these little guys, but something happens later in the game which I do quite like. As you can see, a lot of guys turn up. This is another quite good one for distraction, though. I don't know, I think games that I'm not such a fan of, the ones where you have to be within a certain window. Well, it's not that, because that's obviously, like, every game, but... I don't know, there's, like, a way for me to describe this, but I can't think of what it is right now. Because, you know, I've got the rhythm brain going on. But if you start doing well, then you start pooping out random shapes as you go along. I worry for the sort of state of mind of the psychiatrist, no, not the psychiatrist, the biologist or whatever, researching this at the moment. I'm going, Jared, the microbes are doing something weird. What are they doing? Swimming around? That's not actually that weird. Well, come and look and you'll see. Holy crap, what are they doing? I don't know, but it's beautiful, man. It's times like this I remember why I entered into the field of biology. And something tells me I'm really messing this one up. You know, just the fact that I'm bumping into all my neighbors. And yeah, this is what I mean by it being a distracting one, is that it zooms in and out all over the place. But we won, to an extent. By which I mean we didn't get eradicated, I suppose. They're live little creatures, but they have terrible rhythm. I mean, when we started cultivating these little things, I wanted them to be rhythmatized. Totally a word. I wanted them to have expert rhythm so I could turn them into my own miniature band. But it was not to be. But maybe this time. Alright. We showed that guy who's boss, except the discovery of the year! Is it really? I mean, what do we do? Do we cure something, or maybe the discovery of the year because we're so goddamned happy? I don't know, in any case, Samurai Slice, this guy shares, well, at least an appearance, with a character in the original Rhythm Tengoku. Play a similar role, you're a samurai, you slice things. Our first technique is nice and simple. Wait for something to jump out at us, slice it while it's there. 1, 2, 3, go. That's all there is to this one, nice and simple. I don't know if it'll be introduced in the tutorial. Why are these guys in a burning house? It's a bit weird. Unless there's something in like Japanese culture that just looks like a burning house, but it actually isn't. Maybe it's a monster house or something. But yes, when you see little green eyes... Oh, right. I just have to show that I can do it. I guess it's to get an idea of the timing, because no matter how long you hold down A and B, he'll only do the whirlwind slice for that amount of time. So while you wait, when little green eyes pop up... 1, 2, 3, 4... Not like that. 1, 2, 3, 4... A and B. I think you need to hold it down a bit, though. Yeah, you do. And that's what the text at the top means, presumably. I like the sound effects, but you may have noticed that he has the very stock sound effect of shrieking if you fail it. Yeah! It's a very common sound effect, that one. But yeah, we did it. And here's the story of this one. That monster has stolen a little pinwheel. And, well... this is another one where there's a lot of distractions. You'll see, like, at first it doesn't seem so bad, but you'll see where it gets to be problematic. And which is why I might also wind up being silent, because I have to depend on the audio cues, and if I can't really hear them very well, then I'll be a bit screwed. Though I really like the song of this one. It's really sort of quite a grand, epic sort of tune. Also, even though the monsters are sometimes bigger, the timing is pretty much exactly the same. There's something they didn't prepare you for, is monsters coming out in twos, but not, like, big groups. Just, it's not that hard to deal with them, I mean, pretty much the same, but, yeah, even though the monsters are bigger, then they don't actually have different timing. They just have different cue noises is really the difference, and different graphics, I suppose. Now you might be thinking, oh, the cherry blossoms, that's not much of a distraction. Here's the distraction. I have to keep playing the game while all of this story is being told. I'll see if I miss a cue on my own. I'm not going to do it intentionally, but if you miss a cue, then the page gets all sort of skew-whiff. Oh, like that. Yeah, you see, the page has gone a bit. All the things sort of disappear a bit. And when you hit these enormous guys, lightning! Because we're killing the biggest dudes in the area. Because we're a fucking badass samurai. In charge of getting a pinwheel back for a little kid. You know, a true samurai doesn't shy away from any work, no matter how large or how small. Just saying, guys, all you fake samurai out there. I know who you are. You handle your sword so well! Why, thank you. None of you had better have been sniggering at that statement. Thank you, mister! Look at how badass he is looking, just in comparison to them. Yay! All for a pinwheel. I'll get bored of it in like 10 minutes anyway, it wasn't worth going through all that. But in any case, I have to go and try and do Screwbot perfect, and then we'll move on to Remix 4. But I'll see you after this. I did it! I saved the Screwbots! No, wait, no. I just did well. But in any case, we got another perfect, so that's all well and good. Let's move on to 4th remix. As I say, I've not played this in quite a long time, so I don't remember how this one goes. I seem to recall it being quite cool, though. Okay, I remember how this one goes. It is pretty cool, though. It's all very Japanese-based, like traditional Japanese, as you'll see. Like, the samurai one just seems pretty obvious, because it doesn't look out of place at all. But suddenly he's got ninja garb, or samurai garb, or something. Pretty sure the little micro rogue dudes don't change, but I'm not sure. We'll get into that in a bit. Yeah, you guys are exactly the same, except you've got blossoms appearing everywhere, which is pretty cute. And we're just in a slightly different office here. It would be pretty cool if they changed how the items looked for that one. But I can understand why they didn't. Oh, the box is cool. Ah! I don't want to catch the spider, it creeps me out. Oops. Still had cameras back then, though. These guys are everywhere. Yes, I will pose for the fans. Oh, you meant now? Awfully sorry. It's actually quite tricky to do with commentary at the same time. Oops. It's mostly the transitions I'm having difficulty with, I think, though. This a little bit, oops, difficult to get used to, because you have to pose with fans loads of times. What was wrong with that? You asked to pose with fans and I posed with fans. I think I got an okay on that one. Which is a bit of a shame, but yeah. Oh well. An alright is still alright. But we're not here for alrights. That ninja is currently on silence. That's good to know, but what does it have to do with us? Oh, are we the ninja? I'm sorry, I completely didn't understand that one. Catch of the day. Oh, that's a kind of one, if I recall. Actually, I think it's going to be difficult for me to do while speaking, but that's for the next episode. In this part, though, superb attempt at fourth remix. Did it! I saved the president! I mean, I got a superb on the remix. Well done. He set off on the mission last time, and this time he did it well and joined his very brightly coloured ninja friends for a rather showy ninja party. Something tells me these guys are doing it wrong. In any case, that's it for this part of Let's Play Rhythm Beat the Beat. Paradise Heaven Fever Minano. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. I shall see you next week for the next part. Goodbye.